This is a story about passion, commitment, failure, and ultimately, happiness. This part of the story is called passion. On the 20th of December 2014, I was consumed by the idea of creating a social network. This was when Facebook was getting insanely popular. See, we spend hours staring at our phone on a daily basis. Every day we stare at our phone trying to find out what's new around us. I wanted to stop that. I wanted us to go back to how we were when we didn't have to worry about what's new on a newsfeed, some virtual newsfeed on some server farm somewhere. So in January 2015, I called my best friend from college, Shehan Ekanaik, and I told him about the idea. He's a visionary engineer who has the same mindset. And I told him about the idea and he absolutely loved it. This part of the story is called commitment. What I vaguely remember as a Friday, we started drawing out the prototype on a whiteboard. Days went by as we started designing and developing it. Back and forth, we were moving from the whiteboard to the computers, designing and developing it. I remember it as a crazy but magical moment of my life. On the 10th of April 2015, we purchased Eyewer.com for $5. Eyewer meant seeing the world through the eyes of the world. Eyes World. In September 2015, we launched Eyewer on Android and web. On the first few days of launching, we gained 500 to 700 users. It was a magical moment for us because this is the first thing that we actually built from all the knowledge we gained over the years. This part of the story is called failure. After looking at all the feedback, we realized that Eyewer wasn't the product that we initially wanted to develop. We wanted to be different than Facebook. We didn't want to be just another Facebook. But the reality was that our product, Eyewer, was not so different from Facebook, and it was just another Facebook. See, Facebook was becoming incredibly popular at that time, and users were questioning why we built something just like it. After a few weeks, the user base was around 3,000 users and a substantial amount of users were generating quite a lot of traffic. So Eyewer servers started costing us a lot. The team was losing motivation with the flow of constructive criticism. Don't get me wrong, constructive criticism is great, but when 98% of the feedback is somewhere along the lines of, why did you build it? It takes a toll on the team. In June 2016, we decided to shut down Eyewer.com. This part of the story is called happiness. We were fresh out of college and we were consumed with the idea of innovation and entrepreneurship. And what started as an exciting adventure ended as a very heartbreaking halt of development that taught us 3 important lessons that shaped the rest of our careers. Number 1, don't build something if it's exciting. Build it if it's valuable. Does it add value to something? Is it important to users? Is it required and necessary by users? If the answer is no, destroy it. If the answer is yes, build it immediately. Number 2, start small and grow with the growth. We did the mistake of overly spending on unnecessary things that didn't add any value to the business we were building. Build a business like you're poor. Build it with scraps and metal, not with ivory and marble. And number 3, don't ever give up. Had we chosen to continue Eyewer at that time, we may have pivoted into something more successful. But at the time, we were losing a lot of money and we were afraid of it, which is completely understandable. Just because something's broken at the moment doesn't mean that it's broken forever. You have the ability to fix it if you put in the hard work and mind and creativity into it. But looking at everything in a bird's eye view, we don't look back at Eyewer with a bitter heart. We look at it with inspiration and disbelief. Because everything we learned about engineering and business, we learned it from Eyewer, and we are thankful for that. And that is the story of my first venture, Eyewer.